So if you decide to leave your job and go to another job, what happens to the retirement account? This is actually a very common question that I get, and I'll be very open that I have consultations about people and what to do with the retirement account, and we go over all the options all the time, and there's no cost to this. I would rather you come and meet with me. Let's seek advice. Let's get you on the right track. If you're on the right track, let's get you staying on the right track. Then you decide that you're going to make this decision on your own, and it could potentially cost you thousands of dollars in the long run. So let's make sure that you know all your options. And in today's society, leaving a job and going to another job, it's very normal. In the past, you would have someone start their career in one place and end it. That's not how most Americans do that today. It's not uncommon for people to have several jobs over the course of their career. And with that being said, it's not uncommon for me to meet with people and they have 401ks, 403bs, simple IRAs, whatever it may be that their employer offered, all over the place. They're scattered and they're losing track of it and they can't even remember how to access it. And if you can't remember where these accounts are, one, are your beneficiaries going to be updated? Two, if something happens to you, how is your loved ones going to find those accounts? Like, you've got to be keeping up with your retirement account. So, what are the options? One, you can leave it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that if you're going to be keeping track of it. The issue becomes when you just forget it and you lose track of it. And some people are like, it's just a few $1,000s, it's not worth it. If you had a few $1,000s in your hand, would you just have someone just take it out of your hand? These accounts feel very intangible, like almost like they don't exist, so it's easy to forget. No, if you cannot remember to maintain it at your old employer's plan, then we're not going to just leave it there. If you can, absolutely, it's fine. Another option is you can typically roll it into your new employer's plan. Most 401ks allow rollovers. When is this not a good option? Well, it's not going to be a good option if your new employer doesn't offer a retirement plan. I have clients come to me that their plan doesn't have the incentive of matching and it doesn't come with a financial advisor, so they don't know how to manage the money. So at that point, we're comparing fees, we're looking at options on what they can do, because if you don't know how to invest the funds, then maybe rolling it over into your new employer's plan is just not necessarily a good option. So the third option would be you roll it into an IRA. When does this not work? It may not work if you want to keep it at your old employer's plan or if you want to roll it into your new employer's plan. Again, these are other options that it may fit you perfectly. I offer IRAs. This is what my job is. And people come to me when, one, they want financial guidance. They want to know how to invest these funds. If there's not a match, they would rather do an IRA, whether that be a traditional IRA, a Roth IRA. This is when we talk about all the options. And this is one of the options for you, but again, it may not always be the best option. And again, I will tell you that we will go over, if you tell me you're leaving your job, we're going to go over all 4 options. And we're going to figure what is the best one for you, because each individual person has a different journey and each one of these may fit better. And the importance for an IRA is if you have 3 or 4 career changes and accounts floating out there, it helps you consolidate these accounts into one place. It helps you have one financial advisor. It helps you have that one financial advisor that's reaching out to you every year going, are your beneficiaries up to date? Let's talk about this. Are there life changes? Do we need to make contributions? Like, what is going on in your life? It has one person to just kind of track you down. If something happens to you, it has one point of contact for your family to go to. And I know with me personally, I have a point of contact for someone if they pass away. So I know who to reach out to if I know my clients passed away. And the last option is you can cash it out. And this is typically, you're not going to hear me say this is okay, especially if you're under 59 and a half. If you're under 59 and a half, you're going to get a 10% penalty on top of taxes if this is a traditional 401k, meaning that it was pre-tax. So you could potentially lose up to 40% of your account. I have clients that they just pull the money out without asking what's going to be taken out. So let's ask questions. Let's figure it out. And again, I know that there are people that are saying, I pulled the money out and I pay down my debt. And that's okay in theory. Sometimes the interest rate is lower on your debt than what it would be in compound interest and what your account's going to be earning. So if that's the case, it's not going to make sense that you could lose basically potentially up to 40% of the account to pay down debt. What I would probably recommend is you go get a side hustle for a few years and then you work off the debt. We don't just pull out our retirement and have nothing to save. That's just not typically my recommendation. Again, everybody's journey is different, and sometimes it makes sense, especially if you're just completely overwhelmed and you need to just pay some things off. It just means we're going to have to hustle and get the money put back in those retirement accounts as soon as we can. Again, everybody's journey is different. There are the 4 options. You can leave it where it's at, you can move it to your new employer, you can do an IRA, or you can cash it out. And these, again, are conversations. Each one is unique to your financial journey on what is actually the best fit. I would recommend that if you've left your job and you have retirement accounts out there that you're not for sure what to do with, that you give me a call. Let's just talk it over. Or if you want to meet in person, that's absolutely okay. And we can make sure that what you are doing is actually what makes sense. My biggest fear, though, in most situations is that we've got several accounts out there and that you just lost track of them. And whether that's 500, 1,000, 10,000, 20,000, whatever, we need to make sure that all your assets are just organized and you know where they're at. Again, please do not hesitate to reach out to me if you have questions, if you've left your job, if you're just unsure what to do. I'll be more than happy to guide you. And again, first meetings, the consultations, there's no fee. I just want to make sure you stay on the right track.